everybody, welcome to LT Gaming. My name is Tom and today we are here with our new series, Should You Buy? And we are taking a look at Gladiator Guild Manager. So this is the game that I was given a key to kind of take a look and see what I think of the kind of early access that it's in. And so that's something we should also just caveat from the start. It is an early access game, but I'm going to talk about buying it in its current incarnation, or whether kind of waiting till it's a finished product, or what I think. So what is the game? This is an auto battler strategy roguelike, which I think would be the best way to describe it, with some RPG elements thrown in for good measure. So we do have the menu screen here, and just to go through some of the different modes. Obviously you've got the main kind of campaign mode, which I'll jump into and show to you guys. There is a tournament mode, which this reminds me of like the Orcs Must Die endless mode, where you are just competing endlessly in the battle focus on building different teams, different synergies, and trying to get as high as possible down or up the tournament, as it were, which is part of the normal campaign game, but in this instance is the only aspect that you're focusing on. You also have the level editor, which they give a lovely little write-up here. It's unpolished, but it's kind of something left in there for people to play around with. And I think it's something that's to be given a lot more attention in later updates. So let's just jump into the campaign mode and take a look. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here. It's a great time to have a coffee and look at a new game. So here we are with the user interface in my current campaign. I would say the UI is, very sufficient and very well done. You have the kind of map here, which is different aspects that I'll go into in a second. You have your factions and time along the top, resources, your upgrades and different markets down here. Your gladiators, which are the whole... Jesus, half mine are dead right now. What the hell happened? And yeah, so this is a beautiful layout. I think it does the job. And I can't really say anything too much about it. So let's just hit the play button here and get some of my guys back on their feet. They have this plus symbol because they're reviving. And obviously I took a bit of a beating in the last fight that I did. But we can jump into what I call the random encounter side of things. Beautiful. My main guy's back up now. This is the Warlock. So you have different missions that you can go through, and these earn you rewards, and the rewards are basically give you payoffs to items and resources and things like that. So let's do the blind fight. You don't see who you're fighting till you've set your team. Ooh, 5. Don't know if I have 5 healthy dudes. So I set the Warlock at the back to give him maximum survival time. And I'll set this front line. Alright, I'm going to have to go with 4. Go right from here. But these guys are some hard hitters. So we actually overwhelmed their front line. And as you can see, the tactics do definitely in placement take a big impact, or have a big impact on how the battles go. For example, if I'd put the Warlock at the front, that would have been a lot more difficult. And beautiful. The Warlock is the guy I've been working on the most to kind of level him up, as I really like summoning type characters. And I feel like this guy is a lot of fun to play with. So I'm going to keep going with his intelligence, as you can have a look here through the different abilities. And if you scroll over them, it tells you what kind of the attributes are affecting. So you can reduce the cooldown by getting more agility, but every 5 intelligence points is going to give this summoned creature another level. So there's a lot of kind of nuance to the leveling system. But in some ways it does break down into kind of a simplistic approach of, you know, you want high health, tanky characters at the front, and, you know, your glass cannon DPS guys at the back. But there is kind of strategies within that, like, for example, using the Chiromancer to slow people and get a lot of damage on them. Let's jump in. So here we have kind of this time that's constantly passing, and as time passes, like, different events happen. And for example, I got this.
Almost ready. I think we need one last training session to teach us to fight together as a group.
So I've been doing these missions with the peasants, and this is the last one. This one's quite difficult, so I have to pick one character who's capable of basically defeating all these guys. I'll give it a shot here, but I've been having some difficulty with this mission, which is a good sign. Oh, I can have 3 people. All right, this is going to be a cakewalk then. Let's put my Berserker up the front and Spearman up the front. So these guys will, in essence, you know, batter them back, and this guy's just going to be summoning big creatures at the back. I really like the graphical style, though. It works very well for the game. It's very clean and cartoony, but engaging. Like, the blood splatters as they get more wounded, and it's pretty cool.
Amazing! Many thanks to you.
Alright, so I've leveled up, and I get to choose a reward. I'll go with the wood, because I'm pretty low on that. And kind of another layer to this is the different factions. You have the High Necromancer, the Baroness, and the People. So in this campaign, I've chosen to be a man of the people. Kind of go against the Necromancer. I thought I was allied with the Baroness, but clearly I've been doing something to annoy her. So let's just crack on with time. And I'll also go through the kind of different options we have here. We see the timeline passing with different events up here. And then once a month, there's a big tournament that you can partake in. And you can see I've won the Graveyard Tournament, I've won the Farm Tournament, and the next one is going to be the Temple Tournament. This is your guild screen, where you can essentially go through and upgrade different buildings to kind of cater to your approach. So I've gone very much the Warlock, which is my level 7 guy, and the Berserker. But I've also started to kind of branch out. I really like the Pyromancer. I actually think they're a little bit OP sometimes. And I didn't get one till a little bit later in the game. Then we got the Gladiator Market, where we can pick up new gladiators according to what guild buildings we have available. Now the cool thing is there is also the perks here, which kind of have a big impact on, I think sometimes it alters the cost, but how good the guys are. So this guy has, you know, in rain he's going to be healing, and in heavy wind weather he's going to have a 50% higher intelligence. But you can also get guys who have negative perks, which will be cheaper. Kind of see if I can find, well, that guy's pretty good. I'll buy him actually. Can I find a negative perk? Yeah, so, you know, this is a bit of a double-edged sword here, the extrovert. So he starts with lower strength and gets stronger with each friendly gladiator there. So that could be used to your advantage. This guy, though, Numbneck, he just has 20% lower agility. So he's going to be cheaper than someone who has really good perks. Item market, fairly self-explanatory. You can equip your guys with items. Ooh, I think I'll find me a sword, or a spear rather. What does this guy get affected by? And so we can see it here in action. So strength and agility. Strength. Quite a mix here, but mostly strength and agility. So I will give him this spear. I think that'll probably be good for him. And I'll give him this glove to... So I got another guy to add into the mix now. I haven't had his class before. So we'll just crack on. I will take a look at the other missions I have available. Just the final thing here is the bank. Pretty self-explanatory. You can trade for resources here when you need them. And you are going to need to use the bank a few times. Let's go in.
My necromancers discovered.
All right. So here is a good example. The necromancer has a mission for us. And it seems like I can work with him. I don't see any downside in doing that, though. There's no one who's going to be upset with me. Sometimes it will hurt your standing with other factions. Maybe it is still gonna, I'm not sure. Right, so let's do a little bit of a different setup. We'll put the Pyromancer up there. And I'll go with a strong front line of a Marauder and a Berserker. No, I won't surrender. I will fight. Alright. The Marauder is down. He took a beating. Ooh, look at that hit. The Pyromancer. Good damage. Alright, so I took some losses there. That's... This game...
Turns out my necromancer.
This game isn't super easy. And like with a lot of roguelites, there is an element of grind involved. I will say that. So I don't think it's going to win anyone over to the genre. But if you like these sort of games, this is definitely, you know, right up your street and something you'll be used to, you know, having to go through the grind. Right. So I can boost my... I'll take the Iron Dagger. So that boosted me up with the Necromancer, even though I'm kind of actively trying to work against him. One thing I will mention is the kind of music and sound. I think it does the job pretty well. Let's just level up my Pyromancer. Great sound effects, good music, nothing really too much to say there. One thing I often find I'm doing though is sat here with just the pulls happening, waiting for things to happen, just forgetting that I haven't. So just to remember, spacebar does that for you. So we're going to go into kind of one of the main gameplay elements now, which is the tournament, I believe. So I can't see just under my camera. Alright, here we go. Here's the championship coming up. I will try to do one more mission.
Finally managed.
Alright, so
It's been
there is a quite a fun storyline thread where you can work with different factions, and you can ask questions.
greedy bastard.
And I do think this seems to have an effect on the game and the outcome. So I'm enjoying that there is a storyline. It's not just all the auto battles. Right, we'll help clear out the imps. Alright. I haven't come up against imps yet. So I'm gonna deploy my new guy. They look quite melee-based claw imps. Clue might be in the name. So maybe I'll have a bit more of a stronger front. No, actually, let's go this. This is gonna work, guys. Trust me. Oh dear. Oh wow, this guy's really good. Once this warlock gets going with his creatures, it is generally pretty hard to lose. Although those things just ran straight toward my back row. Easy. I'll take another dagger. Oh, I have to select something here as well. And I'll take some mana. Alrighty. Make sure to hit the start button. My hunter did drop, but I was pretty pleased with his performance. 12 agility. Do we have anyone who could use a bit more agility? I mean, this guy gets big bonuses from agility. I haven't really worked on it too much, so we'll do that. One thing that is really cool, see, I did it there, I just had it on pulls, is the range of heroes. I do feel it lends itself to a lot of different strategies, which speaks to kind of the core gameplay being solid for an auto battler anyway. I find myself, you know, in the beginning I was just putting down random troops, but you know, now I'm starting to have a lot more strategy to my approach. I'm gonna do this
We've been
mission.
hiding rebels in some of the ancient.
All right, because it's about to expire. I'll go, you got it. But this is just before the championship, so I'm a bit worried about losing my dudes. These things are annoying, so I need to make sure I have a good front line going. Alright, so the Chiromancer is like your slow guy. This guy should hopefully be the damage dealer, and then these two will be a good front line. See, the Chiromancer, look at that, freeze. That was perfect. This went a lot better than the previous engage I had against the imps.
Many thanks to you.
No problem. My man, and of course, I'll keep it a secret. So, you know, this kind of lends itself to the thread. But we have the championship. Alright, so now I can pick where to do the championship for the month. As I've completed these two, I'll go to the temple, which is a new grind for me. And I'll have to win 7 fights in a row with my lineup of guys. I'll just level my berserker. And see, this guy is very good perk, so I don't have to pay him, and he has higher damage against the undead. Let's just give him a good little blend. Okay, so we have the difficulties of the fights here and how many guys they're going to put down. You get most reward for the purple ones, lesser reward for the blue, and then the least reward is the green. The main thing is to try and keep progressing though, and not just pick the hardest fights and then get kicked out. So this guy's level 15, so that's a tough fight. I don't know if I'm supposed to win this one that early, but I'll go with the green. The green guy. We'll do the Chiromancer and Pyromancer together because they have AoE attacks and there's a lot of them. That worked very well. See, the strategy was solid there and we dominated. We did level up as well. This guy's got a really good perk, so for each 2 max movement speed, we get 1 agility. So it's kind of like I can just focus on the movement and he's going to get agility as a default. Chiromancer. I haven't been using this guy as much. I find him a little squishy, so let's give him a little help. And the Pyromancer is just awesome, but total glass cannon. Okie doke. Let's go to the next fight. Now, these fights are not a cakewalk. They do get very difficult. So I would say that. Don't expect to just like run through the game. This is supposed to be the easiest fight. I don't know how tough these wargs are. I haven't fought a warg yet. Alright, let's go. Let's just do the hard fight and show you guys the difficulty spike that you can get. I'll go with my main 2 guys. I like these 2 as the front. We'll do a pyromancer, and I think that worked well against a lot of enemies. Oh wow, they're going straight to the back row. You know, solid tactic, and, you know, that easily could have been a loss if I'd gotten that wrong. So, here we go. Seems to be a lot of units that are just rushing the back line right now. This would be very hard because of the amount of range they have. So I will switch to fighting the easiest fight because I get 6 dudes here. So I think I should be competitive if I do a front line of 3. And you know what? I'm going to go for that dynamic backline that I love, along with the warlock for summoning. Alright, we should win this. I'm pretty confident. Look at that pyromancer hit. God damn. Hit a warlock summoner as well, but it's to no avail. We win. Okay, so we are fight 4 of 7. We've been managing things quite well so far. I will take the hardest fight, because 6 guys, I think, should be enough to overwhelm. Not overwhelm. 6 guys should, yeah, overwhelm them. So on a 1-to-1, these guys will all beat their respective berserker guys. You know what? I like this tactic. I think it works super well. Just need this guy dropped, which happened. And these guys are weak as hell now. Still got to beat their summoned minions. But that is a clean sweep. Alright, this game is very addictive. I will say that. I think the stamina is like a bit like mana in this. I think if you enjoy this genre, this is definitely one to look out for, given the fact it's in early access, but I would definitely consider picking up given the price point. Let's go. Bit of agility, bit of strength. And back we go. Next fight. I'm very excited. I feel like we're going to win this. I feel like these guys are not that difficult, so I'm going to... in the beginning, I was quite intimidated by their level. Alright. And as we only have 2, I'll do the Pyromancer. Pyromancer combo. As we want. Yes. Got to get their range out of it as soon as possible. Fantastic. Alrighty. Another victory. Wow. I leveled again. Pyromancer. I gotta make sure I don't... yeah. Stamina cost that I don't forget to up his stamina as well. Let's just do a smattering there. It does... the leveling does get a bit... you're kind of like, alright, what am I really going for? You can just click everything. It seems like it has a benefit. But, you know, people probably will disagree with me on that one. Alright, I'll go for this. This is a lot of melee. And I feel like this front line is going to hold that. The Pyromancer is going to deal the damage. Pyromancer will slow them. And we're going to put the Hunter just behind. With his, I feel he has high damage output. Beautiful, look at this. I did not have such an easy time in every other tournament. They were more difficult than this. Let's just go strength, strength, and agility. In the other ones, I definitely took a few runs to get them right, but I feel like now I've got a bit more of an idea of what works. The victories are coming thick and fast right now. Alright, we will stick the Pyromancer up there and the Pyromancer here. We'll go with the cleric, who is like a frontline healer, like a paladin type character. I think it's gonna work well. Haven't lost anyone in this whole tournament. And the cleric's actually keeping everyone up now, so that's great. This guy's tough though, level 12, fuck. Ooh, we need to get damage on him, guys. Oh, thank God. I just got the achievement Executioner. So, we should get a ton of rewards. Cloak of the Assassin, that's excellent. Crossblades, a universal rare. So I will collect items. I need to sell. Yes, drag to sell. I'll just collect those new ones. So that does give you kind of an idea of the game, the gameplay, and the kind of the aesthetics and graphics of it. So what do I think in conclusion? I think this game, if you enjoy the genre, it's a definite pickup. I mean, I think it was €8. It was recently on sale, down at €7. I don't think you can go too wrong for that price. It does have a lot of replayability, and I think the tournament mode is kind of another element that adds to that. However, if you are not a fan of the genre, I don't think this game's going to win you over. It does have all the elements of a roguelike in the sense that there is a lot of grind. You can get your strategies down, but you are going to have to put some time in to get your guild strong and your guys leveled up. I did have a lot more difficulty in the beginning. For example, I was losing a lot of fights, but I really enjoy this game. It's going to be something I'll play because I do enjoy these elements. So would I say, should you buy this game? If you like the genre, this is going to be a solid pickup for you and you're going to have a lot of fun. If you're not a fan of the roguelike genre and these kind of strategy RPG auto battlers, this isn't going to win you over. But, for €7, if it's on a deal, you could definitely sink a good few hours into this game, I think, regardless. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea. I hope you've enjoyed this new series of Should You Buy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye now.